Okay, last week we looked at the essay on covering the face, and we wrote an outline of what was going on in that essay. Um, then I asked you to go home and read the next essay about whether or not the American drinking age should be lowered from 21. And I asked you to write a paragraph by paragraph outline of that essay as well. So let's see what you guys think about this essay. So paragraph 1, what is this paragraph about? Lai Wenxing, what did you write for paragraph 1? Did you do the homework? No? Okay. Wei-san, did you do the homework? Okay, if you did not do the homework, please raise your hand. Okay, great. So what did you write for paragraph 1? Okay, thank you. After graduating high school, many Americans could be arrested for illegal drinking. Yes, that seems to be accurate. Okay, paragraph 2. 张姐，你有做吗？ What is paragraph 2 saying? 우이hen. 吴一恒在哪里啊？嗨。Okay, tell you what. Because most people did not do the homework, I'll give you 10 minutes to read through this very quickly. It's only 8 paragraphs, and we already covered the first paragraph. So I'll give you 10 minutes, and then I'll find out what you guys think. Okay, so write one sentence to summarize each paragraph. If you were a good little boy or girl and you did do the homework, you can start doing an outline for the next essay, the third essay. Okay, let's try this again. Weihen, what do you have for paragraph 2? Okay, so should the drinking age be lowered from 21 to 18? You're talking about this paragraph, right? Okay. I think uh your summary is a summary of the topic of the whole essay. What about this paragraph specifically? What is it telling us? Okay, so again, just to confirm, you're looking at handout page 13, right? And paragraph 2. Well, it's true that there are a lot of numbers, but I don't think it's an experiment. It says that there is an entire organization that is now promoting the idea that drinking should be lowered from 21 to 18. And then it gives us the details of this idea. The leader of this organization here, the name of the organization, and they're going to use licensing. So if you're between 18 to 20, you have to apply for a drinking license, like a driving license, but for drinking. And then they also have to do 42 hours of learning about alcohol. So, uh, Ihan, one more chance. How would you summarize this paragraph? Good. I'm going to write down a much shorter version of what you just said, okay? So this is basically what you said, right? Just shorter. Oh, do you agree? Okay, good. Thank you. Paragraph 3. This is a slightly longer paragraph. 林佩勋有来吗？No。宋承汉也没来。杨承汉。Paragraph 3. What do you have? Jahan, did you read this part in the past 10 minutes? Yeah? Okay, so how would you summarize the main idea of this paragraph? We can take a look at some of the important points. So this guy again, right? The guy who wants to lower the drinking age. And then the author told him through email that his ideas sounded persuasive. After all, after all means a reluctant agreement, 毕竟, right? So the author is saying, fine, I agree with some of your ideas. And then the rest of this paragraph is just a lot of ideas why it could be good to lower the drinking age. So back to you, Tanhan. How would you summarize this paragraph? Okay, how about, so the previous one says this group has an idea, right? So maybe we can say some of their ideas make sense. That's what the author is saying, right? We don't want to say their ideas make sense because the author does say after all, which means that the author does not really agree, but for some ideas, the author is forced to concede that they do make sense. So we say some of their ideas. Paragraph 4. Wei-san, what do you have for paragraph 4? Lowering the drinking age will lead to more drinking and alcohol problems. Okay, let's take a look. So seems logical, but it falls apart. Okay, so this is where the author starts to disagree. Then the data do not show that the problem has gotten worse since they raised their drinking age. Okay, so the idea here seems to be that the drinking age was not originally 21, it was raised to 21. And in fact, the data shows that there was not a big difference after that. And then, according to another study, um, the number or the percentage of 19 to 22-year-olds who drink heavily has actually been falling, actually fell. And no researchers have documented an increase in alcohol poisoning deaths. Okay, so your answer was that alcohol problems are increasing. It seems like maybe it's saying that currently the alcohol problem is decreasing. Yeah? Okay, so let's write that down. Paragraph 5. 庄凌晨. No. Yang Ziliang. What do you have for paragraph 5? Okay, lowering the drinking age to 18 would give or take away their responsibility. Would give them more responsibility. Okay, let's take a look. If the drinking age is lowered, who is to provide the supervision? Okay, so it assumes that somebody needs to take responsibility. And for some reason, the author's answer is not the drinkers. It's who will supervise them. The author wants somebody else to take responsibility. That seems to be what the author is saying, right? We can set aside, does this make sense? We'll talk about that later, but this is what the author is saying. Okay, so let's write that down. Paragraph 6. We have more numbers. Let's see what these numbers are talking about. 吕宇杰 no. 黄淑慧有来吗 no. 江静 did you get to paragraph 6?你有读到这边吗？还没读到 okay. Okay, let's see if we can find someone else. 林佳宇 hi, did you get to paragraph 6? No. Okay, raise your hand if you got to paragraph 6. Hey, 黄慧宇 what do you have for paragraph 6? Yes. Okay, so if we lower the drinking age, college students will have more traffic accidents. Okay, let's take a look. It would probably kill more of them in traffic accidents. Yes, so that is the main idea. Yes. And the data, there's a discussion of the data. So currently it seems like fewer people. This is in 2006, 2000 people. In 1984, 4,600 people died in traffic accidents. The guy who wants to lower the drinking age says that it's for another reason. But in fact, if you take away the alcohol, the number of people who died increased. So the author is saying, it looks like because the drinking age was raised, therefore fewer people are dying in traffic accidents. And so the argument is, if we lower the age, more people will die. Right? 慧宇，对吗? Yes. Okay, great. Let's write that down. Okay, I'll do the last 3 myself. Number 7. Last 2, sorry. So this is the group that wants to lower drinking age, have also claimed other countries that haven't raised their drinking ages, the drunk driving deaths dropped even faster. And then the author says that's not true. And then the author gives us some numbers. Okay, so we can say that the same point as number 6, but internationally. So, if you think that the US is uh, not like if you think the US is special, the author is saying, no, if you look at other countries, it's the same thing. And then paragraph 8, I'll just read this. McCardell is right that the US has an odd and dysfunctional relationship with alcohol, and his voice is refreshing in a debate dominated by mad pieties. Do we know who MAD is? MADD? I don't think we have met these people. We'll meet them in the next essay. But there's a group called MAD that is also against. Um, it's also part of this debate, and I guess the author doesn't like this group. So the author is saying at least McCardell is not part of MAD, but lowering the drinking age is going too far. So the last paragraph it's a conclusion, but it's not a mean conclusion. It's a nice conclusion. He's not a bad guy. He's a good guy. He just has the wrong ideas. So this is an outline of the second essay. So if you need to go back and reread the essay, you don't have to read the whole thing. You can just read your outline, and you will have you will very quickly be able to recall what the essay is saying. Now, um, next step, we're going to take an outline. We're going to take the outline of last week's essay, the previous essay, which we did in class last week, and we're going to reorganize it so that it makes logical sense. Currently, the order is the paragraph order. But can we rearrange this so that it fits the order of an argument essay? Introduction, arguments, conclusion, and then inside each argument, why is the other side wrong? Why am I right? Can we turn these into that structure? Okay, so let's begin with the introduction. The introduction needs to present importance and urgency. Like what is the topic? Why is it important? And then what do I think about this topic? So which paragraph should we put first? Well, okay, so we have two paragraphs related to importance, right? 2 and 5. 2 discusses a news event, and then 5 discusses like this issue is spreading across the Western world. More and more people are talking about it. So maybe we should put 2 and 5 together. So the first paragraph is 2 plus 5. What's going on? 2 plus 5. And then we should let the author say which side they are on. So that looks like 8 position, right? This is the author saying what they think about this topic. So 2 plus 5 plus 8. That's our paragraph A. Then we are moving into arguments, 1 argument per paragraph. It looks like we have 2 arguments here. 7 says it is impolite to cover your face if you're in the West. Argument 9 says it's not racism, it's not discrimination. Which one should come first? If you think 7 should come first, raise your hand. If you think 9 should come first, raise your hand. Why? Why should we first say it's not racism and then say it's impolite? Let me ask that in a different way. Why is it better to do 9 before 7 compared to doing 7 before 9? It just feels better? Okay, that's a good answer. But in fact, uh, as I mentioned in the handout, argument structure, you begin with what does the other side think, then you say why are they wrong, and then you say why are you right. So you begin with the other side. In this case, the other side is saying that it's racist. So you have to begin by saying what do they think, and then you say why are they wrong. That's what paragraph 9 does. It's not racism. And then you explain what you think. So that's where you put in 7. Okay? Okay, great. So it looks like 7 and 9 are, if you put it together, it's one argument. What else do we have? Examples. Oh, we have this, 2 sides. This should also be in paragraph 1. So it's important for 2 reasons, and then you say that there are 2 sides to this debate, and then you say which side you are on. Right? 2 is importance, 5 is importance, 6 is there are 2 sides, and then 8 is I believe, blah, blah, blah. So that's paragraph A. Paragraph B is the main argument, and then we have some examples. We have a personal story. We have examples of important people talking about this issue. We have examples of how this discussion is very messy. So important people are talking about this. And then the discussion is getting messier and messier. I'm not sure if we really need these 2. In the original essay, this is to make it seem like this topic is very important. But in fact, a woman was already fired for this, so it does already seem quite important. What do you think? Should we just ignore the two examples? Okay, so if we do want an example, um, we use the personal story, paragraph 1. So paragraph B is the argument, you have the other side, you have your side, and then you have a story as your example. And then finally, you have the conclusion. So look, the essay had 10 paragraphs, but if you only look at the logic and presenting an argument, it turns into only 3 paragraphs and 1 argument. So like last week, I said most argument essays that you see online or in a newspaper are not very good. This is why. It's a full essay, but there are not very many ideas here. Okay, let's take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to take our second essay outline and see if we can turn that into an argument structure also. Okay, I'll give you 5 more minutes to do this. If you need some guidance, you can look at the handout page 4, where I give you the essay structure for an argument essay. So after 5 minutes, let's see what you guys think. How do we organize this into an argument? Hong, which paragraphs would you put first as part of the introduction? 2. Okay. Is that the only one? And 1. Which one first? 2 first and then 1. Okay, any more? Okay, so you begin by saying there's a group that has an idea to lower the drinking age. Then you say, it's true, many people are arrested for illegal drinking. Okay, so if we go to the structure, why is this important? Okay, so these two are both about why is this important, right? So this is the idea to lower the drinking age. So these people have this idea. It is important because there are so many people doing illegal drinking. Okay. But if you look at the handout, there are 2 other things to talk about. What are the 2 sides? And which side does the author stand on? So, okay, going back to our outline, where, okay, I guess the 2 sides are here, I guess. If one group wants to lower it, that means some people don't want to lower it. That's 2 sides. Where does the author tell us their position, what they think? Does the author tell us in the first 2 paragraphs? Okay, so where does the author tell us? Do you remember? Okay, let's take here, paragraph 4. It falls apart once you look at the statistics. You can say the author kind of tells us here, after all, uh, already suggests that the author doesn't agree with everything that this person says. But it's only in paragraph 4 that the author actually points out, no, this is where I disagree. So we should probably put paragraph 4 here also, right? So maybe like that. Maybe mm, but paragraph 4 is about the ideas. So how about this? The author didn't say their idea, so we have to add it for them. Yeah. So then we have the uh, situation, we have the topic, we have the importance, and then we have the author's idea. Okay, moving into the arguments. Which paragraphs should we put in here? 黄凯恩有来吗？ No. 秦一杰 what do you think? Which paragraphs seem to be related to the arguments? 8? 3. Okay. Anything else? 5? Okay. Anything else? 6? Are there more? No. Okay, so let's take a look. 3, 5, and 6. 3, some of their ideas make sense. Good. This is um, starting from the other side, right? Some of their ideas make sense, and then this paragraph is about the stuff that's okay. And then the next one is 5. But if we do it, this part is not okay. Okay. And then number 6, if we do it, there will be another problem. Okay, so far so good. I think we can add 2 more. Look at number 7. Number 7 says same as number 6, but internationally. So if 6 is here, then 7 should also be here, right? They're the same thing. Okay, so 6 and 7. And what about number 4? Number 4 also seems to be saying that lowering the drinking age is, well, it's saying that currently the drinking problem is decreasing. So it seems to be saying that we don't need to lower the drinking age, right? So that kind of feels like an argument. Do you think? All right, so we should also put 4 somewhere around here. I'm just going to stick it in here, and then we can, now we know which parts are the argument. We can rearrange um, to make it better. Usually, we like to start with um, the weaker arguments, and then we move into the stronger arguments. And then, according to the handout, if there are other things that the other side didn't say, then you put it after all of the arguments. So start with the weaker ones. 4, 5, and 6 and 7. So like 4, 5, and 6. We don't need to do it is 4. 5 is if we do it, we need more supervision. And 6 is if we do it, it will cause more people to die. Which one is the weakest one? Let's ask somebody else. 张子妍. Hi. So 4, 5, and 6, which point is the weakest one? Four is we don't need to do it. 5 is if we do it, we need more supervision. And 6 is if we do it, more people will die. Four seems to be the weakest one. And here's why. If I want to lower the drinking age, and this person said, oh, we don't have to, all I have to do is say, here's why we have to do it. Right? So it's a weak point. Which one is the strongest one? 5 and 6. Which one do you think is strongest? 6, because people are going to die. And there's data. So if I wanted to respond to 6, I would have to say, I would have to take time and effort to explain why the data is wrong, or why it's okay to let more people die because some other good thing will happen. And as you can see, that's not easy to do. So 6 is probably the strongest. And so 5 is in the middle. It's saying, if you do more than you say, like if you, we have to add some more things, but if you do it right, it could work. So it's in between, right? The response, 4 is saying we don't have to, 6 is saying we shouldn't, and 5 is saying if we do a little more, maybe we can do it. So you can feel that it's 4, 5, 6 weaker to stronger. Yeah, great. So in fact, the order is exactly the same. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 6 and 7. And then finally, the conclusion is paragraph 8. So we see that, in fact, this essay is already quite closely following a good argument structure. It's just the introduction needs a little bit more work. The author did not say what they thought. And for some reason, the author, well, we can think about 1 and 2, right? So the essay has to begin by talking about there's a problem that we have to try to solve in some way. If there is no problem, we're just wasting our time. So there's a problem, and then there are two sides. So now that I'm thinking about it, paragraph 1 seems to be the problem, or one sign of the problem. I think we can agree that having lots of people get arrested is not a good thing. And then paragraph 2 presents one of the two sides, right? The other side, it turns out, wants to solve this problem by lowering the drinking age and like using some kind of program. And then we added in, the author should probably say, but I disagree. So in fact, the best structure is exactly the same as the original structure. Like this author is actually doing a pretty okay job of writing an argument essay. When you think about the argument structure, think about what if. What if you moved something to somewhere else? How would that change the essay? Would it make it easier or harder for the reader to understand you? So like, okay, following this structure, if you start with 1, you know there's a problem, and then you move to 2, you see that one group of people is trying to solve the problem. If you flip this around, you first get a group of people, but you don't understand why they want to do this. You have to wait until you get to this part before you understand, oh, that's why they want to lower the drinking age. Similarly, if you first have 3, then you know what this group wants to do, and then you can point to some of those ideas and bring out your ideas in 4, 5, and 6 and 7. But if you, for example, if you do 4 before 3, if you first talk about 4, you're saying currently the problem is decreasing. We don't know that you're actually talking about the other side's ideas. It looks like you're talking about the first point. The first point is lots of young people are getting arrested for drinking. And then you say, but in fact, the problem is not that bad. It's improving. So why are you writing this? If the problem is going away, why are you talking about it? The answer, of course, is you're not talking about the problem. You're talking about this group who is trying to solve the problem in the wrong way, according to the author. So you need to bring out their ideas in order to say that those ideas are wrong. And then finally, after comparing the two sides' ideas and for each point explaining why they are wrong and you are right, finally you can say, we both agree there's a problem, but we disagree about how to solve it. So that guy is not a bad guy, he's just wrong. Now, this essay does not mention that the author's idea is just do nothing. Although I guess it's kind of implied, right? if the author is against lowering the drinking age, that kind of means the author doesn't have a plan to do anything. Their plan is to do nothing. And like paragraph 4 explains why we don't have to do anything, because the problem is actually getting better. Okay, questions about this essay? I want you to remember this or remember where to find this on Moodle, because we're now going to read the next essay, and the next essay is on the same topic, but the author wants to lower the drinking age. So we're going to read that essay. We're going to create an essay outline. We're going to turn that into an argument outline. And then we're going to compare the argument outline of these two essays to see which essay is the better argument essay, which essay has the stronger ideas. So this is pages 15 and 16. It's 12 paragraphs. I will give you 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. Write a paragraph summary. If you finish early, you can read more closely to double check your answer. Raise your hand if you need more time. Okay, 1 more minute. 2 more minutes. 1 more minute. Okay, let's see what you guys think. For paragraph 1, 等一下. What do you have for paragraph 1? Okay, so well, did you say 20? Okay, 18-year-olds can make major decisions, but not drink. Yes, that is exactly the main point. So 18 can make big decisions, but not drink. Good. Paragraph 2, 林梦如.林梦如来了吗？没有来。林轩宇. Paragraph 2. Can you say that again? Young adults are, did you say unwilling? It's unfair to these young adults. Okay. Uh, yes. Okay, good. Because it says we believe in rights except for college age kids. So it's unfair. Good. Third paragraph. Move this. 郭一轩. No. 张佑成. No. 侯伟翔有吗？没有侯伟翔。黄湘宇. Right. So some groups want to lower the drinking age. Okay. Paragraph 4. 李一宽. No. 许胜明. 等下李一宽有来吗？好好，所以李一宽 paragraph 4。Don't think too much about this. The answer is the first two words. The reason. Paragraph 4 is the reason for paragraph 3. That's it. So 4 is reason for 3. Paragraph 5. Actually, 李一宽，你要不要试这个？因为我把你答案抢走了。What do you have for paragraph 5? Do you have a summary? Not yet? Okay. Let's see who else I haven't called on yet. 胡锦和，胡锦和来吗？ Hi, paragraph 5. What do you have? No, not yet. 然后林轩宇 I already called on you. 欧阳恒，有谁没有被郭逸轩，有谁没有被我点到的吗？我没有点到你吗？ Sure, why not? What do you have for paragraph 5? Data on illegal drinking. Okay. It is data, but it's data for a purpose. The purpose is, does the law work? How many kids break it? And the answer is, it doesn't work. So paragraph 5 is data against keeping the drinking age at 21. Okay, paragraph 6, Jiang Jing, what do you have? Do you have a summary for paragraph 6? Okay, that's okay. We're almost out of time. I'll do the rest. Number 6, the opposition to this initiative. So this group wants to keep the drinking age. And they say that if the drinking age is lowered, more high school students will drink. But the paragraph continues. That may well be true, although it does seem that teens have scant trouble finding alcohol or drugs as it is. So it's saying this is already true. Even when we keep the drinking age at 21, there are already many high school drinkers. Paragraph 7, this group also says keeping it at 21 saves lives. But the paragraph continues. The people who want to lower the drinking age said there was no dip in deaths when the drinking age was raised. In fact, there has been a small decline in drunk driving because of a different effort, not to do with the age. So apparently, according to the data, the age of drinking is irrelevant to how many people die. Paragraph 8. This group says that there are some studies that show that 21 years saves lives. Okay, so we have data for keeping it at 21. Paragraph 9. If that's true, then raising the drinking age to 25 or 30 or 40 would save lives too. But there is this thing called freedom. Okay, so it's saying that freedom at some point is more important than safety, I guess. Paragraph 10. There's something nasty in the way this group takes on the critics. So this paragraph is about how the people who want to keep the drinking age have some kind of bad tone, 语气怪怪的. 11. They also have argued that university presidents want to do things in a convenient way. So the argument is lower for convenience, but the paragraph continues, and it says maybe the argument that lowering the age will reduce drinking is wrong, but it's also false to say that the higher age is better. This is a very weird thing to say in this paragraph. And well, let's write it down first. So maybe lowering isn't better, but neither, where are we? Neither is 21. It's a very weird paragraph. We'll talk about this next week. And then the last paragraph is the conclusion. Questions? Okay, so next week we're going to turn this. Tell you what, go home. I'll put this on Moodle and turn it into an argument structure. And next week we'll see what ideas you have. Next week we'll take the argument structures of the two essays, we'll compare them, and if we have time left, we will. I'll let you start thinking about what you want to write for your argument essay.